What is the most unusual thing you have done in bed? Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be addressing some things and answering some of your questions, so if you want to learn a little bit more about me, keep on watching. First, I gotta give a shout out to my very much appreciated Patreon members. Thank you guys for all of your support over there. I hope you're enjoying my content, and if you want to get to know me on a deeper level, definitely think about checking out my Patreon. I post tons of content over there, and it's a great way to get to know about me on a deeper level, so check it out. So what do you guys think about my new necklace, my new chain? I actually made this from scratch, so I went to the art store and I bought all of the materials. Let me get a little closer to show you guys. I'm really happy with how it turned out, and I even made a little closure clamp for it, and I had a lot of fun making this. So this is my first one. As you guys can see, the pendant is stuck and fixed in one position, but I've already ordered tons of new different pendants and different supplies so I can play around with it even more. But I wanted to show you guys this because I will be introducing jewelry on my website, so you can purchase artwork, candles, and soon you'll be able to purchase jewelry. So I have some ideas of different types of jewelry I'm going to be putting on my website, but if you guys have any suggestions of things that you'd be interested in, let me know, because it helps me out. But yeah, what do you think about this? I'm really happy with it. It's shiny, and yeah, I just thought I'd let you guys know that I'm working on some jewelry. Also, I wanted to address the deleted video. So a lot of you have been emailing me or commenting, asking me why I decided to delete my video that I posted last Friday. And basically, to keep a long story short, I deleted that video because it was too divisive. I didn't want to divide my subscribers, and that's what that video seemed to be doing. Now, I was receiving tons of positive feedback on that video in the comments, which I'm very thankful for, and it was doing really well in regards to views, but I just lost a ton of subscribers from that video, and it was really starting to upset me, and I was just watching my subscriber count go down by the minute, and I was just perplexed by why that was happening. I didn't understand why a video would make people so, I guess, divided by my opinions. And I realized that I'm not a preacher, and in that video I tried to emulate, sort of, this YouTuber that I like to watch, and I just discovered that that's not the kind of videos that are meant for me. So moving forward, I'm not going to be preaching to you guys, but I will still offer some advice and some life lessons that I've learned, but nothing overly religious or godly. You guys can figure that out on your own. But I just wanted to let you guys know that I am very appreciative for all of your positive support on that video. It was just extremely upsetting seeing my subscriber count just decrease by the minute. It really was by the minute. There was a point where I wasn't even looking at my YouTube studio because it was just too upsetting. Like, I was getting tons of views on the video, but I was losing my very, very well-valued subscribers. So I decided to hide the video. I didn't actually delete it, I just set it to private. So who knows, maybe in the future I will open it back up, but as of now, it's not time yet. I also feel like I exposed myself a little bit too much in that video. I maybe opened up a little bit too much, but if you guys want to get to know me on a deeper, like, more intimate level, such as the level that I was at in that video, definitely check out the Patreon, because I just talk about tons of stuff over there on Patreon that wouldn't be okay talking about on here. So that's why I deleted the video. Hopefully that's not too confusing of an explanation, but it was just too divisive, and I wasn't willing to lose the subscribers for the sake of that video. I apologize if I'm a little bit tongue-twisted today, guys. I don't know, it must be the change of weather. It's been getting cooler here, and even my nose is a little bit more runny than usual, so I don't know, but I have noticed that I've been stuttering a lot more and just getting tongue-twisted, so bear with me on that. Also, let me show you guys something special. So I am already working on my holiday Christmas candle collection, and I wanted to show you the jars that I'm going to be using. So these are matte black, as you can see, 10-ounce candle jars. Very nice quality, way nicer than other jars that I've used in the past. Not to say that my jars aren't nice that I'm using now, but these are the nicest jars I've ever used. And let me show you the top. See how it has the rubber kind of suction around it? So these are what I'm going to create my Christmas candle collection in. I also am going to be implementing some wood wicks. So these are what they look like without being trimmed, but I hope you guys are excited because I love wood wick candles. I just love the noise that they give off. They kind of crackle a little bit, kind of like a fireplace, and they're just very calming and very warm and cozy. So yeah, I just wanted to show you guys that to hopefully make you excited for my Christmas candle collection, because I'm going to be way more prepared than I have ever been for any other collection. I've learned my lessons, guys. And when it comes to being a small business owner, you need to plan months and months in advance, sometimes years. When I get bigger, maybe it'll be years in advance. But as of now, I'm learning as I go, and I appreciate your guys' patience with me. Let's get into this Q&A video. First question, what are some iconic places you would like to visit and vlog that you haven't been to yet? Now, I haven't thought of any of the answers for these questions, so I'm going to think about them on the fly. And I'm also going to try to keep this video editing to a minimum, just to be more relatable, more transparent to you guys. I definitely want to visit Telluride, Colorado, Denver, San Francisco, New York City. That's a big one. Yes, I've never actually explored New York City. Isn't that crazy? I think that would be awesome to do during Christmas time. Like a little Christmas in New York vlog. What do you guys think about that? Should I plan something like that out? So I hope that answers your question. I think at the top of the list it would be New York City. Next question. How is your Jeep treating you? Now, if you guys don't know, I actually bought a Jeep Grand Cherokee, a 2019 Jeep Grand Cherokee, back in April, and it was kind of a surprise the way it kind of just landed in my lap, as crazy as that sounds, but I've been so happy with it, guys. I love my Jeep, and I can't complain. There's not one complaint about it. Other than the windshield wiper issue, but I think that was an Arizona issue because it was during monsoon season, and the wipers that were on it were the same wipers that were on it when I bought it, so I never checked them to see if they were worn out or anything like that. But all the issues with the wipers have been solved, so other than that, I have no complaints. I love it. And yes, love my Jeep. Next question. Do you leave Lucky in a crate when you're gone? I don't, actually. For the first year, I did leave him in a crate just because I didn't trust him when I was gone. I didn't know if he was going to chew on furniture or like my TV remote or anything like that. But guys, I couldn't have been blessed with a better dog. Lucky is such a well-behaved dog. I feel like he gets me. I feel like I get him, and even yesterday, I was kind of overwhelmed with emotions. Yesterday was a tough day. Let's just leave it at that. And I just had multiple outbursts throughout the day, and I could see him looking at me like, what's going on? And when it got time to take him out for a walk, he was so nice. He wasn't yanking on the leash like he sometimes does. He was just on the same level vibration as me. And I just love him so much. But to answer your question, no, I don't leave him in a crate when I'm gone. I do have a camera in my apartment that I can check when I'm gone. And I like to check it when I'm gone just to see how he's doing. And it just has a view of my whole living room, kitchen area, entryway area, so I can check on him periodically when I'm gone, but at this point, I don't need to put him in a crate. Next question. What is your biggest fear? My biggest fear? Well, the first thing that came to my mind is the possibility of everything I'm doing, the putting myself out there on the internet and sacrificing so much of myself and having it be for nothing, just having it kind of all go down the drain, if that makes sense. I have this feeling in my heart that doing all of this online and just putting myself out there and putting all of my skeletons out there in front of strangers is helpful to the world. And I've seen that firsthand with all of the comments and the emails that I get from people of various ages and backgrounds, just explaining how much I've helped them and how they wish they could have learned what I'm sharing with you guys at a younger age than they did. So I would say my biggest fear is the possibility of all of my work being for nothing. So, yeah. Next question. Which country outside of the US would you like to live in and why? I would definitely say the UK, like London, that area. And I think the main reason is because I'm only second generation American. So my great-grandfather immigrated here from London. I'm not sure the exact year. I could look it up in my genealogy file, not genealogy, bloodline file, because I had a friend figure out all of that for me. And for the longest time, I thought my dad's side of the family was from Scotland, but they're actually from London. And then my great-great-grandfather lived in Ireland for like a year or two and then moved back to London. So I'm really not Scottish at all. But yeah, long story short, I would definitely live in the UK. And who knows, I might fall in love with it over there and end up staying over there. But I think it's really cool how my ancestors made it possible for me to be sitting here in the southwest region of the United States. They probably never thought that their great-grandson would be living in Arizona, of all places. But in a way, I feel like I've made my way west, so I'm doing something right, rather than just staying in one place. But yes, definitely want to check out the UK at some point. Next question. What is the most unusual thing you have done in bed? I would probably say something in the threes. And I'm not going to say the actual term because I don't know if it's okay on here, but a three. And that's really not my thing, to be honest. I get kind of selfish and jealous with those. I've tried multiple times with multiple different people, and it's just never really my thing. I kind of get bored with it, and I'm just like, okay, you guys can enjoy. That's actually happened the first time I did it. It was with this guy that was super cute. He was my age, and then I had a friend that was a little bit older. And at the time, I didn't know any of these guys were into guys, but we were at my friend's bonfire party, and we somehow were all in this guy's basement at the same time, and one thing led to another. And I started getting kind of jealous because my friend was kind of hogging up this cute guy. And eventually I was just like, all right, guys, I'm going to go out here. And I went out there into his living room and just kind of waited for them to finish. But ever since then, guys, I've really just had a weird taste in my mouth when it comes to threes. Threes in the bedroom. But if you don't know, I did spend a lot of time in the adult film industry, so there's tons of stories with that, but in my real life, I would say three. I don't even know how to word it. A three play. So, next question. Do you have a diet or eat whatever you want? I do have a diet. It's not a super strict diet, but I make sure that I don't drink any soda. I do like juice, but I keep it to a minimum. I used to actually be addicted to Mountain Dew. I think I've said this in the past, but guys, I'm so grateful that I'm not addicted to like Mountain Dew or even Red Bull I used to be addicted to. And now I just drink a lot of bubbly, sparkling waters and regular water. I also like lemonade and sweet tea. But other than that, I'd say that helps a lot with keeping your figure and not getting pudgy, but also just regular exercise. I work out every day and I can really notice when I haven't worked out. I feel it in like my heart rate, my stress levels, my anxiety levels. So I would say daily exercise and no sugary drinks. When it comes to food, I cook all of my meals. So maybe if I'm out and running errands and I'm on like a time crunch, I'll stop at, I don't know. I really don't stop at fast food places that often. So I would say just make sure that your kitchen is stocked up with things that you like and you enjoy. So if you are busy, you can just know in the back of your head that you have this, and this at home that you can cook for yourself, because you're always going to eat healthier if you're cooking for yourself. Just know that and try to remember that. Next question. How does your boyfriend cope with your profession? Now, if you guys don't know, I am single. We're not dating yet, but I did show a guy in one of my previous videos, the Palm Springs video, and we're in the talking stage right now, so we're not dating, but we have talked about this, and in regards to me doing webcamming and my OF, he is okay with it, but it's not something he would want me to continue on if we started dating, which I totally understand. It's just at this time in my life right now, guys, I'm trying to get a house. I'm trying to make my life more stable. And I've worked so hard to get the following in the community that I do have, and he understands that. So I would say he's okay with it, but it's not something he would want me to hold on to if we made things more serious between the two of us. Next question. How much pleasure do you get from being filmed hooking up with strangers? Actually, none. In the beginning, I did feel kind of on my game and like proud of myself in a weird way, but that quickly faded away. And I'm talking about when I was in films and working for studios. That started to fade away and I started to ignore it, and then it got to a point where I couldn't ignore it anymore. It felt like I was doing something wrong, and it's not as exciting as it was for me when I first started. Interesting question. Next one. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? I love these kinds of questions because it really puts me to the test, and it brings things into perspective for me, like my thoughts. So when I'm rewatching these videos, I can go back and understand like where my mind was at this point in time. And I can also see if I've implemented the changes that have made my life what I want it to be. But in 5 years, I want West Novelties to be my sole source of income, my main source of income, I should say. So I want it to be much bigger and on a much larger scale than it is now. I want to start selling clothing. I want to start selling jewelry. And I want to really make men feel hot and special, and like this is a store for them that specializes in them, because there's so many stores out there, clothing stores in general, that focus on women, and you go to the men's section and it's this big, and you go to the women's section and it's this big, and I'm just tired of seeing that. So I'm going to try to be the change to that. I'm not going to try, I am going to be the change to that, and I'm going to create a space where men feel like they can really express themselves and they're really represented well. So that's one of the changes I see in 5 years. I also see myself being a homeowner, of course. That's definitely going to happen. I also hope to be in a serious relationship because I am getting lonely, guys. And I do like this guy a lot, so we'll see how things go. I'm feeling very happy with him, and I love traveling with him and exploring different areas with him. I also want to travel more. So I know you guys love my travel vlogs, and that's something I want to bring more to the forefront on my YouTube channel. So I hope that answers your question. Next one. How old is too old? To be honest, nobody's too old. I don't like that question. Well, it's not that I don't like it, I just feel like it's another divisive question, and to be honest, guys, I don't have an age limit. I've dated a man that was 74 years old, 76 years old. I don't even remember his exact age, but he was old, and there was definitely some cultural differences between the two of us, but for the most part, it was cool learning from him and hearing stories from his past and sharing my stories with him. And I think that's a really cool dynamic when you get age differences between two partners. So you're never too old. All right, next and final question. What are your goals for your business, West Novelties? So I did touch on this a little bit in a previous question, but my main goal is to make West Novelties a place where men feel represented and they feel attractive and hot and like they're cared about. So that's a huge goal for me. Another huge goal is, of course, to make it my main source of income, my pride and joy. And it is my pride and joy now, but at the same time, I feel like I have to keep money coming in from various different sources in order to run a business, because guys, it's very expensive to run a business, especially in the first 3 years. Most of the money I've made has gone, if not all of the money I've made from West Novelties has gone right back into it. So my goal is to get to a point where I can actually start saving money from West Novelties. And then another goal for West Novelties is to go international. So I want to be able to send an order to somebody in Australia if they decide to order something from me. And it just takes more money and more planning and more resources to do that. But I will be there one day. Just watch. And I also hope and pray, and I know inside that West Novelties is going to be a main brand. Like, you'll see it in stores, you'll know about it. So when somebody says, oh, this is West Novelties, they'll be like, oh, okay, I've heard about them. I've seen a commercial, or I've seen this and that, or I've heard this. So I love it, and I've sacrificed so much. I know that I'm going to have to sacrifice more to get West Novelties where I want it to be, but in the grand scheme of things, business is doing great, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you're excited for my Christmas candle collection. It will be launching on November 15th, so stay tuned for that. Other than that, guys, please let me know what you thought about this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. Oh yeah, don't forget to let me know what you think about the jewelry. Thanks, guys. Bye.